Hello, this is Godwin from Ripple Ventures. Welcome to Cohort 12's very first Humans of RippleX kind of conversation. So here we have Bianca Gonzalez. Say hi to everyone.
Hi, everyone. I'm Bianca. I'm a Georgia Tech student, a Master's of Science of Computer Science.
Very cool. Well, thank you for coming on. So it's basically a chance for us to get to know each of our fellows at a deeper level, kind of share their motivations about why they joined the fellowship, and then where they see themselves in a few years' time. So why don't you tell everyone what you're working on currently, besides being a student, as a founder, and then we'll take them from there.
Yeah, and my background is in healthcare. I used to be a healthcare startup founder for a company called TrueCare24, as well as AmpleWorks. I really liked meeting investors throughout my founder journey. But it's always been a black box to me. I really didn't understand what went into the decision-making process and venture, or why VCs chose certain companies and not others. So I really wanted to elucidate some of that mystery around VC. So I joined this fellowship, and it's such a great opportunity to meet founders, especially student founders, as well as future venture capitalists.
Yeah, very cool. And I guess that's a common reason for when founders who want to come into the fellowship. And yeah, I'd love to just tell people more about kind of your company and what is it you're working on.
Yeah, I'm currently working at a startup called AmpleWorks. AmpleWorks is an IoT device that tracks inventory in hospitals, pharmacies, clinics, and beyond. We're really excited to launch our small shelf cameras, and we have also a chain of custody application today that many medical device companies as well as clinics are using. The Ripple Ventures Fellowship is really helpful in making me understand how value is created through customer acquisition as well as go-to-market strategy. And it makes me understand how investment decisions are made. The partners and the other fellows have really helped me to understand and evaluate my own company and become a better founder.
Very cool. And kind of what has been your most, favorite part of the fellowship so far?
My favorite part of the fellowship are our month or weekly meetings. I really enjoy our exercises in evaluating practice companies and really getting the thoughts of everyone in the group so that we avoid something called groupthink. I enjoy obviously learning from the partners like Dom and some of the associates and analysts that are on the team. So that's that's super valuable to me as a founder and possibly as a future VC.
Exactly. So what excites you most about the healthcare industry, and why are you building in that space?
The healthcare industry is ripe for innovation. There's so much potential to change workflows that are currently very manual, inefficiencies that have impacted patient care for many years. We all know it's a problem. As a former nurse and a nurse practitioner, I experienced this issue with my patient care and my workflows. And I'm just so happy that there's opportunities now to be involved with healthcare innovation from a founder standpoint, as well as joining a startup, early stage startup. I encourage all healthcare people who are interested in innovating in this space to join or to participate in innovation within their own organizations or even within a startup environment. So it's just such an exciting time right now that there's so much advocacy from the inefficiencies that we discovered during the pandemic and some of our supply chains that broke down during the pandemic and some of the fragility in our healthcare system. It was highlighted during this pandemic. So it's a really great time for anyone who's interested in healthcare to contribute to building new technology.
Yeah, and you kind of highlighted something very very important in that sense. That yeah, I think a lot of the gaps were already existing, and so the pandemic really exacerbated them, right? And showed them that, oh, there's definitely room to improve and to bring in innovation and technology and things like that into the healthcare space, right? And I guess as a point of curiosity, right, how did that transition, I suppose, right, from being a nurse and nurse practitioner to kind of building your own startup and going back to school and all that type of stuff. You know, what was that? Walk me through that kind of decision making process. Like, what was that like for you?
Yeah, as a nurse practitioner, I didn't actually have a technical background to begin with, yet I was managing a very technical product and a technical team. I wanted to empathize with that team, understand what their workflow looked like and how they're actually thinking about solving technical problems and building around the user. So went back, did a few courses in just basic JavaScript and Python, learned that and really loved it. And so I wanted to formalize that training and go back to school for my master's in computer science. And that really drove me and propelled me to better understand how to create an infrastructure for a tech stack and to create devices and software around a user experience. So it's been super helpful going back, already understanding the users, but now understanding how to engineer all of it and how to work with engineers collaboratively on a team.
And that's definitely a skill to have, a good skill to have, kind of when you're managing teams or you're building a startup, things like that. And so, of course, taking into account everything that you've have experienced and what you're currently working on, what does the future hold for you? Where do you see yourself in next like 3 to 5 years time?
Yeah, I'm not quite sure. It's really an open book for me. I do love being a founder. I love what I'm doing currently and just building my company as much as possible to help as many hospitals, as many clinics, and as many pharmacies as possible make their supply chain more efficient is really my short-term goal. Long-term goal, I am an angel investor. I invested so far in my first two companies, but I try to expand and learn more about what's out there and what I believe can be the future of healthcare. So I'm really excited about opportunities there as well and helping other founders.
Perfect. So if people were interested in kind of learning about yourself, the work that you do, things like that, where can they go and connect with you?
They could always connect with me on LinkedIn. I'm happy to provide any connections. And you can also just email me at bianca@ampleworks.com. Those are my two best ways. And then I'm also on Twitter at Bianca@ampa.
Perfect. Fantastic. Well, thank you very much for coming on for the first iteration of Core 12's Humans of RippleX. And yeah, I hope to see you around and for people to stay tuned in. Thank you.
Great. Thanks.